What's up, dudes? Welcome back to another episode of ATG from the GTA. My name's Cam.
And like always, my name is Tom. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about one of the conventions we did over the weekend, Anime North 2017.
Yeah, man. It was an alright weekend. Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was pretty good. I'm always pretty excited when it comes to conventions. Cosplay, meeting up with friends, finding cool stuff at vendors. But Anime North it's not what it used to be.
No, not at all, man. They always cheap out, like, when it comes to, like, selling their tickets. When they sell out, they're like, not our problem. And they just waste your money like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of tickets this year. It actually wasn't as busy as I remember it.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it did seem like there was a lot less people in comparison to previous years.
Yeah, like, I'm sure there was a lot of people. Like, I remember other years, like, you could barely move.
Yeah,
this
that's
year,
so true.
Yeah, this year, you know, you strolled. You didn't have to fight people for, like, deals at any of the vendors. Or, like, well, I guess you kind of had to punch people in the face if you wanted to see a panel. Those panels, the lineups were crazy.
Holy shit, man. It just reminded me of Fan Expo. They were really bad, man.
I wouldn't say they're Fan Expo bad, mainly because there's not that many people I really wanted to see.
No, of course, man.
You know, when your, like, major guest is the guys from Team 4-Star.
They're the only ones that everyone wants to see.
Let's emphasize, let's put, like, quotations on everyone.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I don't really consider those guys celebrities. What about you?
No, man. Not celebrity status, just YouTube celebrities, which isn't really a big deal, but hopefully we get there soon.
Yeah, no, like, YouTube celebrities are pretty awesome. Like, it's definitely difficult to get popular. Like, you know, we're suffering, you know, that difficulty right now.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, like, you know, when you compare it to Fan Expo, they have famous actors
and artists.
Yeah, like, not guys from YouTube. Well, like they have YouTube cosplayers, I guess. But I don't know. Speaking of cosplay, I don't know. I think the cosplay at Anime North is actually pretty cool.
I find the cosplays at Anime North are a lot better than Fan Expo. That's at least one thing I like.
Better is subjective. I think they're better, and I agree with you, but not in quality.
Not in quality, but variety.
Yeah, and also you see a lot of people, like your average fan, make their cosplay themselves. Like, you can totally tell that they made it. And I'm not saying it looks bad. It actually, a lot of them look really cool, and it's really hard work to make cosplay. Of course, you know? Man. You know, you can tell the professional quality isn't there, and it's nice. It kind of has like this kind of like homey feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's much more appreciative in my opinion.
Definitely. I think the fans that do hit up Anime North are more true geeks.
Yeah, emphasis on geeks.
You know, they're not kidding when they give you your pass and it says, like, weekend otaku. Like, a lot of the people there probably do consider themselves otaku in whatever fandom they like. Whereas Fan Expo, I think people go because...
For the sake of it.
Yeah, let's just face it. Being a geek is cool now.
Yeah, it is. Fuck, man. It's everywhere. Remember when we were back in high school and we got made fun of it?
Dude, I had to lie about playing specific things like Dungeons and Dragons or Magic the Gathering because, like, I wouldn't be able to get dates.
Yeah, I had to lie about reading comic books, man, because I'd be made fun of.
Yeah, nowadays, like, you know, people are like, hey, you want to go play D&D after class? And, like, these are the cool kids, you know? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
who would have thought, you know? I wish my high school days were a lot like the high school days are now.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to the meat of it. What is it about Anime North that you do not like?
Not much, really, other than the fact that maybe you have to, like, walk for, like, you know, like your grandfather used to say back in the olden days, you had to climb mountains to get to school and, like, walk through, like, 10 feet of snow. It's pretty much what it feels like when you go to, like, a panel at Anime North.
Yeah, man. That's one thing I do not like. It's all just scattered everywhere.
Yeah, I don't really know why they do that. Like, the convention center that they host it at seems big enough, but I guess it's always because they're sharing it with some kind of other convention that's going on, or maybe they don't have the money to rent the whole convention center. Like, I don't know. Like, this year it was like Anime North in one building, and the other building was like the Conservative Party of Canada convention.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, it's really funny because, like, when we were driving in, I'm like, how much you want to make a bet they're gonna be calling the cops on people? It's like, this person has a weapon. They're not even gonna notice it's made of foam or...
I know, yeah, man, exactly. No, I know what you mean, man. When we were walking around the artist alleys and the vendors booth, there was so much open space that they could have had little Q&A sections, but I guess because it's not closed off, noise pollution and everything gets in the way.
Yeah, and I'm sure there has to be some kind of, like, closed off rooms there. I guess maybe they just didn't rent them, or they were more expensive than maybe hosting them in, like, the hotel lobbies or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. man.
But yeah, like they had a lot of panels. The thing is, like, in order to get to each of them, it's like a 20-minute, 30-minute walk. Like, it's not close.
It's not. It's a pain in the ass. So that's pretty much the reason I don't like it.
Yeah, like pretty much you would have to plan your whole day, and maybe you can catch 1 or 2 panels max per Anime North day.
Yeah, a whole day dedicated just to panels.
And the hard thing about that is most of the good panels are on Saturdays, so you got to pick and choose your favorites, which really sucks.
It is, man.
What about you, man? Anything you specifically don't like?
Nah, that's pretty much my agreements with you. I just don't like how we have to trek so many different buildings just to get to a panel.
Anything particularly you thought was really cool this year that was different from last year?
Actually, I don't know if it's new this year, but in one of the buildings, they were having this kind of like hula hoop show thing, Circus Delay thing going. That looked really neat.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. I know what you're talking about. Like, when we were walking, I totally saw that too.
Yeah.
It was really funny. There's a big crowd of like dudes, and I'm like, why are there all these geeky dudes gathered in one place? Like, is there a Princess Leia slave auction going on or something like that?
Oh no, that'd be pretty awesome too.
No, but we walked up, and lo and behold, there was 2 chicks, in their little like onesie bikini things.
Yeah.
They were doing this pretty cool like little acrobatic show, and it was definitely unique actually.
It was. Was that the first time you've seen it?
It was the first time I've seen it. Like, I know they always have like different things going on. Like, I remember a couple years ago they had that wrestling thing, right? And that was actually kind of cool.
That was pretty entertaining.
It was like cosplay wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have had it this year too. Like I said, like you have to trek all over the place, so like I could have missed it. I know they definitely had it 2 years ago, and it was a lot of fun.
It was hilarious to see like a Sailor Moon versus a Dragon Ball character.
Yeah, I know. Or like guy in a tuxedo with like a luchadores mask, like.
Oh man, how about you, man? What was it that you liked about Anime North this year?
I was a big fan actually of the like model display they had.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was fucking phenomenal.
I really respect people who have the time, dedication, and patience to make those little like Gundam models and stuff.
Yeah. Did you ever think about getting a set for yourself?
Nah, like I used to play Warhammer and like teach Warhammer to little kids back in my when I used to work at a comic book store. And painting those figures and putting them together drove me crazy. Like they ended up looking pretty good. Like I put a lot of like, TLC into them. I would like mess up a little hand, or like I would lose a piece, or lose a gun, or like I would sneeze and like the head would fly somewhere.
No!
So, and it would drive me crazy. Like I want to punch holes in my wall. So I think building like a Gundam the size of like a laptop with parts smaller than like, a pencil tip. I don't know. I don't think that's good for my health, man. What about you? Like looking at them is really sick. Yeah. What about you? Would you build that stuff?
Actually, there's 2 pieces that are 2 different models that I want to get. They're from the Metal Gear Solid franchise. They have actually a Metal Gear Ray and a Metal Gear Rex, but I don't think I have the time and dedication nor patience for it.
Holding you back, man.
You know what? Well played. Good point. I will get into that.
And the worst thing that will happen is you just throw the model out the window.
Let's see if this Metal Gear can fly.
It's like, I'll show you. Yeah, man, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, other than that, I'm always excited to see the vending area.
Yeah, man, like we mentioned at our last podcast, like it's just nice to see all that bullshit and just gather more bullshit.
Collectible bullshit is always exciting because you never know what you're gonna find. And and Anime North always has like pretty unique little stands. Like there's a guy who made like weapons. Like he actually was a blacksmith.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
And he forged weapons. Like they looked cool. They were sharp. They were freaking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the quality looked pretty awesome. If I was a serial killer, I would do it in style, I guess. But
poker face.
Yeah, but thankfully, I'm not in the market for actual weapons. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely cool to look at.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, man? Any stands that you thought were like pretty entertaining or different?
In my opinion, really, nothing really stands out. But that blacksmith one was the only one that actually does stand out because everyone else just simple tables laid out and everything. This one, he actually had like curtains laying down. It just looked really nice. It looked like an old Japanese blacksmith's shop.
Yeah, totally. I'm never too impressed with your like Joe Schmo like game store, comic store who sets up tables there because they're there just to pawn off their garbage at like extraordinarily expensive prices.
Because they can.
Yeah, because people just, they impulse buy, right?
Yeah.
And it's always nice to find those little booths or those little unique booths where you can catch a deal or find something that you just wouldn't find anywhere else. So, like, maybe paying a little bit more is worth it. But it's dumb when you see people sell, like, PlayStation 4 games or PlayStation 3 games for prices that you can get, like, for prices more than, like, EB games,
Fuck, man, maybe you just gotta blow them in order to get that deal.
You know what? If that's what you want to do for a deal and save $5-10, that's on you, man.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Not what you were saying 5 seconds ago.
No. It was just you know what? Moving on. So, out of our usual cosplay drinking game, how much cosplays did you see this year?
Our cosplay drinking game was dedicated to a very special cosplay. Cosplay that got me and Cam here very, very drunk on Sunday. We usually, when we go to a con, I'll tell you the story. We carry around a little flask of fire water.
Yeah, fire water.
And by little, I mean big enough for the both of us.
Oh, yes.
We like to pick out this year's most popular cosplay.
Or maybe that month.
Or that specific con.
Yeah.
After we pick it, we don't change it. So we pick it before the con. So we kind of brainstorm together and try to figure out which cosplay is going to be so played out by the wannabe geeks.
Oh, yes.
Once we decide, like I said, we don't change it. And every time we see someone dressed up in this specific cosplay, we are going to take a shot.
Of course.
Hopefully we survive the con.
Oh, man. Last year's Fan Expo was so bad. Harley Quinn.
Yeah, by we, Cam had to be dragged off by security.
That was terrible.
Terrible for that guy, man. It's not like you're light.
No, not at all. So what was this year's?
Listen, man, Jamal earned his pay that day.
He did. He certainly did.
He was a cool guy once we explained the game.
Other than that, he was doing his thing, and I respect that.
Poor guy. Anyways, this year, it was Team Skull members.
Yo, holy shit, man. Holy shit.
No specific Team Skull members, so, all the Guzmas, all the, Team Skull, like, grunt males, all the Team Skull grunt females.
Yeah, the generic ones.
If you had a little beanie on and a stupid little, like, bandana with a skull, we were drinking.
Yes.
God help me. It was a lot.
Holy shit, man.
Ironically, we were also drinking Crystal Skull. So,
yep, that's right.
So, it was within theme.
Yeah, it was within theme, man.
Yeah, other than that, I'm glad we were drinking because there were some creepy-ass displays as well. Like, do you remember that, I guess I'll call it, like, opposite of furry because, like, they were in these, like, full body costumes of, like, literally anime people. Like, not cosplay. Like, they had masks that looked like, cartoon anime people. It was really extreme cosplay, I guess. I don't know what it's called.
Fuck, that shit creeps me out.
Yeah, drunk Cam bumping into one of those, like, people.
I almost pissed myself.
Almost?
Yeah, almost.
I'm sure a couple drips came out. And you were...
That was my water bottle dripping.
Yeah, okay. You screamed, man.
Okay, yeah, I did kind of yelp, and we couldn't tell if it was the cosplayer or if it was me. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But that shit creeps me out, man. That shit's not right.
Like, don't get me wrong. I applaud their creativity, but it is really... You know what? It didn't creep me out. I actually thought it was really cool, but it was different.
Yeah. That's totally fair. To each our own, right?
Not totally fair, man. You were like, who would do this thing? Like, what kind of sickos would dress like that?
Why would you dress up like that?
Like, yeah. But, it's okay because you're pretty much scared of everything.
Moving on. So, and you know what? A cosplay that I was surprised that didn't show up as often that particular weekend was Wonder Woman.
Well, it being an anime con, I was expecting not too many superheroes, more anime characters, but considering the hype, I was hoping to see at least one. Plus, I'm always a fan of Wonder Woman cosplay.
Of course.
It's very authentic.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, no, definitely didn't see any, but we did see the movie.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we saw it opening week, and we were super excited. We heard all the good reviews.
Yeah,
and
man.
we were totally looking forward to seeing it. What did you think?
Honestly, the first half was pretty good. It was a nice build up for a standalone movie as opposed to like the previous DCEU movies where they try to cram way too much all at once. It was a nice build up, but then halfway through, female Captain America. I just wasn't feeling it, man. How about you, buddy?
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie, but I really think the overhype killed it for me because I thought by the end of the movie, that was fun, but I was expecting so much more. And like I really liked the beginning. I thought like when all the Amazons were on the island of Themyscira.
Yeah.
I thought it was gorgeous. Like it looked amazing.
I loved how colorful it was, man.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it truly looked like a paradise,
Yeah.
you know? I loved the casting they did for the Amazons. Like, each one of them looked fierce, you know what I mean?
Bodybuilders and everything. Like, you
they weren't
scared
well, that one, like, black chick, she was definitely a bodybuilder. The
Yeah.
one who was, like, tossing the rest of them around like rag dolls.
Yeah.
She was built.
My penis was scared of her.
But the other ones, like, you know, they look good. Like, they didn't look too built. But I think, like, just the costumes and the general, like, casting of all the actresses, they all looked, like, athletic, and they were sick, you know?
Yeah, it was really cool.
The fight scenes, the training scenes, amazing.
The training montage, baby.
The training montage, oh yeah, brought me, like, flashbacks of, like, Rocky. And,
Yeah.
Like, Sylvester Stallone, like, you know, when Diana was, like, training, I was, in my mind, I was feeling like, Adrian! You know, all they needed was, like, the dun-dun-dun.
running up the hill instead of the stairs.
Yeah, you know, like, and she's like, yeah, at the end, you know?
Yeah, man.
Totally. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, man.
I thought the actress they cast for Queen Hippolyta,
Yeah.
she killed it.
She was pretty cool, yeah.
You know, I'll even give Gal Gadot credit.
I really liked her performance.
Yeah, I thought she did pretty well. No complaints.
Yeah.
No complaints. She looked great.
She did.
The costume was awesome. Like, they killed it with costumes.
Yeah. So, a lot of people were thrown off because the costume, the whole, Xena warrior thing going. How do you feel about that?
You know, I didn't even think about that when I saw it.
Okay.
It didn't look Xena-ish at all to me.
No, not at all. It fits. It works.
Yeah,
that's why I'm okay with it.
They had to make it relatively more modern, and I like how they made it less stars and stripes, like
of course,
Murica, and you know, more like Greek mythology, like
it is.
Like instead of the star, they had like the Athenian sun.
Yeah, that
like
was
I thought that was really cool, and I was a big fan of Greek mythology, and the fact that a lot of the comic mythos of Wonder Woman is based off of actual mythology.
Oh, of course, man.
You know, the villains. You know, Themyscira is actually the capital of the city of the Amazons. Like, it wasn't a hidden island, but the Amazon city in Greek mythology, the capital was, you know, Themyscira, right? Mm. Queen Hippolyta is like a real person in mythology.
Yeah.
Zeus, Ares, like the enemies are real Greek gods.
Of course.
The fact that Diana is, you know, half god, you know, they stole a lot
the
of
demigod thing going.
Yeah, they stole a lot of that mythology from Hercules. Like, there's very similar parallels.
Yeah, of
you
course.
know, like even her, like, you know, like her gear, you know, it's like enchanted, like it's very similar to Hercules, you know, kind of like a female Hercules, I guess. You know, I think that was awesome, and they did a really good job in the first half. And even towards the middle of the movie, I liked it. You know, I like how they brought her into, like, you know, modern England.
Of course,
they had the corny love scenes.
It's to be expected.
Yeah, you know, and I could live through the corny parts.
Yeah.
I think what really killed it for me was the final boss battle.
Holy shit, man. I wasn't feeling that, man. No, man.
You know what? David Thewlis did a good job as, like, you know, that guy in Parliament, you know, fancy gentleman, you know, top of the morning to you.
The Monaco thing going on.
Yeah, you know, like, he played a really good Mr. Monopoly man.
Yeah.
But as Eris...
Dude, the whole Magneto thing going, man.
Yeah, like, let's not forget the parallels to basically Eris was, you know, Magneto.
Yeah.
Or should I say, Mustache Nito.
Oh, God, that freaking porn star mustache, man.
Yeah, like, what's with porn stash, man? Like, couldn't he, like, shave it, at least for the final fight?
Or at least reveal, like, a true form, you know? Like, this is not my final form, and just have, like, a different look in general.
I get it. It might be a little insulting to change the actor altogether, and I totally wish they did. Yes. Because, you know, in the comics, Ares is, like, this muscular, menacing-looking god.
Yeah, well, to be fair, when he threw on that armor, he did look bulkier and menacing.
Dude, there was a scene where, like, that was really cool, but he, like, stuck his fingers and created, like, kind of a Spartan mask.
That was actually really cool.
But all you saw was porn stash, just shoot out. Like, what? It wasn't even a goatee, man.
Dude, imagine if that was a 3D. Imagine how much that would hit you if it was a 3D.
It'd be just like fucking pubes in your face. You know what I mean? It was literally Professor Lupin from Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's right.
As the main villain of Wonder Woman. Like, literally. Like, he was just using his, you know, Harry Potter magic.
Yeah,
you know, it was like Erectus and fucking this to fight, you know, Diana Prince. And I was just like, Oh, come on. Couldn't they have, like, at least got him to grow a goatee? Something
a little more. That porn stash just stuck. I'm sorry. Moving on from the porn stash, man.
No, not moving on, man. They had such a big budget for CGI. They couldn't, like CGI some muscles onto him. Like, they had that flashback when he was young, and he still had the porn stash. It was just not great. It's like they just fucking, hair club fermented it. You know what I mean?
God, I can't. No, I just can't stop picturing it now.
You will dream of nothing but porn stash.
Mustache.
Yeah, seriously, it's like, Diana, Bella, hey, why you fighting me? Boppity boopy, why don't we kill these humans together,
Use it like a stale pizza as like a freaking shield.
Yeah, like I know, Greeks and Italians are similar, but hey, boppity boopy.
Boopity boppity.
Man, but holy moly.
Alright, favorite part, go.
Favorite part for me has to be that fight on the beach. When the
first introduction.
When the German warship stumbled upon the island.
When they were chasing the dude, yeah.
And they did that crazy ass fight scene where they were flying off the walls, the flip off the shield. Dude, my favorite scene wasn't even Wonder Woman doing it. When the I forget her name, but the training warrior chick.
Yeah.
Queen Hippolyta's sister.
Yeah.
The one where she inherited her little crown.
Tiara thingy.
Yeah. When she jumped up and she pulled the 3 arrows Legolas style.
Yeah.
Fucking bam! Dude, that was the coolest scene.
Triple kill.
Yeah, seriously, it was killing spree. I thought that was my favorite scene, hands down.
You know what? I agree. That was a really well choreographed fight.
What about you? What was your favorite scene?
Well, you know what?
Other than the end when Mustache fought Wonder Woman.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the most simplest thing ever. As a guy who fucking loves ice cream, seeing her holding the ice cream was this is magical. I thought that was really awesome.
I thought it was cute that they added that into the movie because isn't there an ice cream scene in each Wonder Woman series?
Introduction, origin, series.
Yeah. Each comic book, every time they reboot the series, there's always an ice cream scene.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And so I love that little nod that every time they introduce her, they show her love for ice cream.
It's true. You do eat a lot of ice cream.
Yeah, I do. Disliked scenes or least favorite scene.
I have to repeat the mustache?
Fair enough. Okay, so moving on.
Seriously, if it wasn't for the fact that they got Professor Lupin to play Eris, he was totally good up until he revealed himself as Eris.
So was there another then?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
If that scene wasn't in the movie, if Professor Lupin wasn't Eris, that movie would have been way better than I thought it was.
I commend you for that.
And what about you?
Whew. Now that's a tough one. Actually, the only thing I didn't like really, this is just me nitpicking, just being a little bitch, but I thought that they should have kept the whole movie vibrant and bright just as the first part and just kept it the whole way. That was it.
Yeah, but London, England is not
vibrant. No, of course not. It became way too dark and greedy Man of Steel style, and I just didn't like it. But that's just me.
Okay, so you weren't a big fan of Wonder Woman, the First Avenger?
No, not at all. It felt it felt too much like Captain America.
It did have a really big Captain America vibe to it. I agree. Can't really blame them. No. The origin stories are very similar. Although, do you find it weird that they didn't mention Hitler?
Holy shit! Yeah.
They were fighting the Germans.
Even a name drop. Not even a name drop.
Yeah, exactly. They were fighting the Germans. Yeah. It was I don't even think they said World War II.
They didn't.
They said
the war to end all wars.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. It was but it's obviously World War II.
It's implied. Yeah. It's implied.
And they didn't mention Hitler. They said the Baron or some shit.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, you're pointing it out like that. Fuck.
Yeah, I was really surprised at the fact that they really swayed away from reality.
Yeah. War propaganda's hidden behind a movie.
Yeah, it was weird. It was they were very accurate when it came to the mythological parts of it.
Yeah.
Zeus, this, all that. But when it came to actual World War II facts,
yeah, they just
didn't
went
mention
their own
anything.
way.
What about supporting cast? Did you like any of the supporting cast? Anything other than the main characters that you thought was
Chris Pine? He grew on to me, man. As much as I liked Chris Pratt, Pine got there.
triple Chris threat, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Chris Pratt, Chris Pine.
And Hemsworth.
Yep. And they all play, like, you know, their own little, like, heroes in their own little ways, man. As you know, a horny fangirl, Cam.
Stop it.
Which one is your Chris?
It's Pine now.
Uh-oh.
It's Pine. Yeah. How about you, man? Any supporting that you liked?
Me? Other than the Queen Hippolyta, I thought she was really cool, but she had a very small role. I was a big fan of the Turkish dude.
Yeah.
That guy was hilarious.
He was awesome. He was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was great comic relief.
Yeah,
I had a good couple laughs because the movie itself didn't have very many funny scenes.
No, of course they try to still keep it a serious tone, and I commend them for that.
Yeah, and but you know, to make a truly great movie, you have to have some comedic downtime.
You gotta have the balance.
And thankfully, he was there because if he wasn't, I think the movie would have been way too
dark.
Too serious.
Too serious.
I wouldn't say dark. It was very not that dark. Like not like Batman vs Superman dark or the Dark Knight
or
dark.
Man of Steel.
It was, but it would have been too serious. Like the whole movie would have been such a serious vibe.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's totally.
So I'm glad he was there. I thought it was hilarious, and one of my favorite lines in the movie is when he was like, "An island filled with women like her. How do I get there?"
That was pretty.
Because you know, good. I agree. I would totally love to die by Schnoo Schnoo on that Amazon island. You know?
Yeah, of course, man. All right. So all in all, it was a decent movie, but in the end, Kratos will always be my God of War.
God of War, man. That's a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Score out of 10, man. What do you rate? What do you review? And what do you rate this movie?
I say check it out because as a first female leading superhero movie, go for it, man. Personally, I would give it a 7.
Does it make your top 5 superhero movies of all time?
It actually does. Yeah. It actually does, man. It's gonna be number 5 for me.
Number 5?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. And you?
I liked it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh,
give it an 8 out of 10. I think it makes my top 5, but
excellent.
I'm with you. I'm gonna say it's the 5th.
Yeah.
Maybe the 4th. I gotta think about it.
Of course.
Yeah, I definitely like the movie, and I recommend that anybody who likes superhero movies go check it out.
Yeah.
It's a great action flick.
Mm-hmm.
Great popcorn movie.
Yes, yeah.
Gal Gadot looks great.
She looks phenomenal. So, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for joining us.
You know, peace out.
All right, Ben. Take care.
Bye.